Oryol or Oryol is a city and the administrative center of Oryol Oblast, Russia, located on the Oka River, approximately 360 kilometers south-southwest of Moscow. Population: 317,747, 333,310, 336,862. History: while there are no historical records, archaeological evidence shows that a fortress settlement existed between the Oka and Orlik rivers as early as the 12th century, when the land was a part of the Principality of Chernigov. The name of the fortress is unknown. It may not have been called Oryol at the time. In the 13th century the fortress became a part of the Zvenigorod district of the Karachov Principality. In the early 15th century, the territory was conquered by the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. The city was soon abandoned by its population, after being sacked either by Lithuanians or the Golden Horde. The territory became a part of the Tsardom of Russia in the 16th century. Ivan the Terrible decreed that a new fortress be built on the spot in 1566, for the purpose of defending the southern borders of the country. The fortress was built very speedily, work starting in the summer of 1566 and ending in the spring of 1567. The location chosen was less than ideal strategically, as the fortress was located on a seasonally flooded low ground easily targeted from the neighboring high ground. False Dmitry I and his army passed through Oryol in 1605, Ivan Bolotnikov in 1606, False Dmitry II camped in Oryol for the winter of 1607 to 1608. Polish intervention sacked it in 1611 and 1615. The population fled after the second sacking and moved to Mtsensk. Orlovsky Uyezd nonetheless continued to exist on paper. Oryol was rebuilt in 1636. The question of moving the fortress to the more advantageous high ground was in the air up until the 1670s, but the move was never made. The fortress was deemed unnecessary and taken apart in the early 18th century. In the mid-18th century Oryol became one of the major centers of grain production, with the Oka River being the major trade route until the 1860s when it was replaced by a railroad. Oryol was granted town status in 1702. In 1708, Oryol was included as a part of Kiev Governorate. In 1719, Oryol Province was created within Kiev Governorate. The province was transferred to the newly created Belgorod Governorate in 1727. On March 11, 1778, Oryol Viceroyalty was created from parts of Voronezh and Belgorod Governorates. In 1779, the city was almost entirely rebuilt based on a new plan, and the Oryol River was renamed Orlik. After the October Revolution of 1917, the city was in Bolshevik hands, except for a brief period between October 13 and October 20, 1919, when it was controlled by Anton Denikin's White Army. Oryol was once again moved between different oblasts in the 1920s and 1930s. Finally becoming the administrative center of its own Oryol Oblast on September 27, 1937. The Oryol prison was a notable place of incarceration for political prisoners and war prisoners of the Second World War. Christian Rakovsky, Maria Spiridonova, Olga Kameneva and 160 other prominent political prisoners were shot on September 11. 1941 on Joseph Stalin's orders in the Medvedev forest outside Oryol. During World War II, Oryol was occupied by the Wehrmacht on October 3, 1941, and liberated on August 5, 1943, after the Battle of Kursk. The city was almost completely destroyed. Politics. In February 2012, the City Duma abolished the direct election of mayor. On December 2013, a referendum was held, in which 71% of the people supported the return of direct mayoral election. Administrative and municipal status. Oryol is the administrative center of the oblast and, within the framework of administrative divisions, It also serves as the administrative center of Orlovsky district, even though it is not a part of it. As an administrative division, it is incorporated separately as the city of Oblast Significance of Oryol, an administrative unit with the status equal to that of the districts. As a municipal division, the city of Oblast Significance of Oryol is incorporated as Oryol Urban Okrug. Transportation. The city is served by the Oryol-Yuzhny Airport. Since 1868, there has been a railway connection between Oryol and Moscow. Oryol is a major transport hub on the borders of the Central and Central Black Earth economic regions. Through the city converge 7 important highways of federal and republican values. M2, P92, R119, R120, A142, 5 railway lines. Onyelets, Moscow, Kursk, Bryansk, Mikhailovsky Mine. The city has an airport does not work. The formation of the Oryol as an important transportation hub is due to the favorable geographical position of the city on the borders of economic regions. The town has trolley, tram and bus systems. These kinds of public transport cover the entire territory of the city. Each bus, tram and trolley is equipped with route indicators that inform about the route through the city, designated stops. There is also a water bus on the Oka River. In the city there are taxis and shuttles, and rental cars. Intercity transport terminals. Oryol Station, Station Luzhgy Oryol, Oryol Bus Station, as well as Federal Highway M2, P92, R119, R120, A142. Tram. On November 3, 1898, Oryol inaugurated an electric tram. The draft was prepared by the Belgian entrepreneur F. Gillen and firm Compagnie Mutuelle de Tramways, which won the right to build not only a tram, but also lighting in the city. Climate. Oryol has a humid continental climate. Mes. 1991 to 1997. Alexander Kislyakov. 1997 to 2002. Yefim Velkovsky. 2002 to 2006. Vasily Uvarov, 2006 to 2009. Alexander Kasyanov, 2009-2010. Vasily Eremine, 2010 to 2012. Viktor Safyanov, 2012. Mikhail Bernikov, 2012-present. Sergei Stupin, International Relations. Twin towns and sister cities. Oryol is twinned with Brest, Belarus. Kerch, disputed Russia, Ukraine. Leeuwarden, Friesland, Netherlands. Nokia, Finland. Razgrad, Bulgaria. Notable people: Leonid Andreev, playwright. Mikhail Bakhtin, literary critic. Fedor Baranov, fisheries scientist. Denis Boydtsov, boxer. Felix Dzerzhinsky, statesman. Afanazy Fet, poet. Nikolai Getman, painter and Gulag survivor. Timofey Granovsky, historian. Vasily Kalinikov, composer. Yakov Kazman, pianist. Anna Petrovna Kern, socialite. Stanislav Lebenbar, association football player. Nikolai Leskov, novelist. Denis Menchev, cyclist. Artem Mikoyan, founder of the MiG aircraft manufacturer. Fritz Noether, mathematician. Nikolai Nikolaevich Polikarpov, aviation designer. Yevgeny Preobrazhensky, statesman. Vladimir Karlovich Roth, neuropathologist. Valerian Safanovich, statesman. Alexei Stakhanov, worker. Pyotr Stolypine, statesman. Yakov Sverdlov, Bolshevik revolutionary. Ivan Turgenev, novelist and playwright. Alexei Petrovich Yermolov, military general. Gennady Zyuganov, politician.